Hi, Stan.
Hi.
It's so lovely to have you here. And how do you feel today?
It's a lovely day, so I feel good always.
I know, right? I mean, like, we're literally in the sun in Glasgow, which we barely get the sun. So I feel like today is like a blessing, you know?
It is.
And have you ever done anything like this before?
No, it's my first time actually, so I'm actually excited for it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Amazing. So I'll just ask you a few questions so we can really get to know a little bit about you, okay? So, how did you wake up this morning?
I actually just by the sun. I didn't even feel an alarm on, so
Oh, wow.
I just hoped I was going to wake up on time.
That's amazing. That's a chance I don't think I probably would take because when I sleep, you
Yeah,
know?
you sleep nicely. Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, and where did you grow up?
So I actually grew up in France for most of my life. So I came in the UK in 2020, just after the pandemic.
Oh.
So I was 16.
Okay.
And then I went to Glasgow, and I'm currently in Edinburgh.
Wow.
So I kind of love France, and I kind of miss it. So I try to go there often.
Oh, that's amazing.
In the north.
And do you think there's a big difference being in France and in Glasgow? Well, in Edinburgh, exactly.
Yeah. So there's a big difference in like culture. So the French culture and the Scottish culture is not the same at all. I enjoy both parts, and it's kind of nice to have like two points of view, and it makes you a bit more mature and on certain points. I enjoy it.
Amazing. And tell me, what was your favorite food growing up?
Favorite food, I would say éclair au chocolat is like a patisserie. So it's like with chocolate inside, like an éclair. Like
okay.
You say it in English like that. Right?
I think so. I don't even think I know what you call it. Pain au chocolat. You say pain au chocolat?
No, éclair
au chocolat. How does that look like?
It's just like a cylinder, like kind of pastry with like ganache inside, and like chocolate is just amazing.
Oh wow! So you've got a sweet tooth.
Yeah, I do. I do.
I love that. And obviously now that you do basketball, what's your diet like?
I try to eat like a lot of proteins. I don't just cut on carbs, but I just lower the amount of like carbs I eat. Obviously, you need like carbs as an athlete. You need to have sugar inside your body. Yeah. So that you gotta find like the right amount. So otherwise, I don't limit myself anything. If I want to eat, I eat.
Yeah.
So you gotta fuel the body.
Absolutely. And what would you say kind of made you realize that you loved basketball?
I think it's the first that I ever tried.
Yeah.
So it might like sound embarrassing, but the first ever training practice I did for 2 hours, I did not score one basket.
Oh.
Not one. Even from under the rim, 3 point, and I've seen all these guys shooting 3 points, step backs, and I was just amazed on how you can just put this ball with such like precision.
Yes.
And I feel like just coming here and not knowing anything, it just like it was amazing. So since that day, I always tried to be better, and that's how I fell in love with the sport.
Wow, it's so crazy from going from not putting any shot at all to now doing it more than once. You know what I mean? How's that like?
It takes practice, and every time you step on the court, you enjoy it. It's nice because just if you put in the work, every time you become better, and there's nothing more exciting and just good for you. Like there's nothing better as an athlete. The feeling of just becoming better, I think everybody can just agree, is just wonderful.
Of course. And also, what would you say the basketball scene is like in Scotland?
It's upcoming. There's not a lot of it's not as big as in England or USA or France maybe, but there's a lot of talent, and it's pretty like there's very good talent in Glasgow, Inverness, Edinburgh, and I think in the future it will actually grow and it will be respected. I think that's one thing, like respects. People overlook Scotland a lot.
I love that. Also, would you say, is there like opportunities for like basketball like people who wants to follow as a career in Scotland?
In Scotland, there's a few limited spaces. So you can try, like most people try out to be in the under 18 or the 16 Scotland team, and from there they can just try to like go up or maybe go to certain academies. But it's more easy to change and go to England or maybe just transfer to America from here, because there's not a lot of facilities and just programs for it. Yeah, but it can change.
Okay. And also, I wanted to ask you really, because I know that you're kind of like a big sensation on TikTok. Like, it's it's amazing, and also not just TikTok, but also Instagram. So, how did that happen? When did you just one day post a video and then wake up and you became like this sensation everywhere? Like,
obviously, it did not happen in one day. Obviously,
okay,
but it was like on the 1st of January. I just told myself, oh, let me just try to post online. I've seen a few people become big on that, and I love talking about basketball. And because I was always annoying my people, like talking about basketball all the time, but so I was like, okay, let me just try to put it online for people who like it to hear.
Yes.
So I started one day, once a day, 4 times a day. One time I think I was posting 6-7 videos a day.
Wow.
And it just kept growing.
No way.
And yeah.
And how did that feel? Like, I guess like seeing your first viral video, like what's that feeling like?
I remember exactly my first viral video. I was in the bus after a basketball game.
Okay.
And I just saw my account blowing notifications.
Stop. Was that on TikTok?
Yeah, on TikTok. That's where I started first. And so once you get that feeling once, you always want to catch it and just reach again and again. So you always want to climb up the ladder and get more followers, more views, more videos, more people to reach out.
So obviously I know it started in TikTok, but then it's one thing being viral on TikTok, but then on Instagram it's a whole different. So when did you decide to then use your TikTok videos to then put on Instagram and to also get viral from it and get a lot more followers?
So I started like only a few months ago, and I think now I got almost 50,000 followers. Yeah. So I just decided to try to amass more people from every platform possible. So you just try and you realize you can grow as well on Instagram. The only thing that changes since Instagram is more private and more but private and public at the same time. I feel like sometimes I get recognized in the street or when I go to school, university, everywhere. So it's kind of different. I don't want to say I'm a public personality, but it kind of
are.
It kind of is. Yeah.
Wow. What was one of your favorite or most kind of moments where you go like, wow, I cannot believe they reposted that? Because I know you get a lot sometimes reposts from big Instagram pages and stuff like that, especially in the basketball kind of community. Which repost, what repost was the one that made you kind of go like, what on earth is going on here?
I would say it was Overtime. So the first time I got reposted by Overtime, I was just excited so much because Overtime is the biggest Instagram for basketball. So when you see your video pop up on there, they post it on their story, you see 100,000 people liked it. It's just it's incredible because you're like, I always wish to be on there one day. You know, when you're a kid, you just try, you post videos and I hope one day I become viral, and it just happens. And once that happened, I was like, okay, this is starting to get serious. So I was locked in since then.
Wow, that's amazing. What's the misconception people have about young people, would you say, in this day and age now?
I think a few other people think that people our age are not disciplined and don't have goals. The thing is, I feel like today the goals of people my age are far more different than a few generations back. So that's why they don't maybe they don't acknowledge and put some respect on our goals. Otherwise, maybe lazy. People think we are lazy, always on our phone. But I think people now are just more active and actually, I don't know. But
no, I totally get that. But I mean, the thing is you've managed to make something out of just your craft, what you love. You know what I mean? And I think for some older generations, trying to explain to them what this is, I guess it could be like a moment of okay, this is not serious or anything like that. But what they don't realize is that the amount of exposure you can get from doing this, it's incredible because it can open so many doors and opportunities for you. You know what I mean? And I think it's just, I suppose what you would say is you would want them to be more open, right?
To understand a bit more. Yeah.
Well, that's amazing.